Headshot! Headshot!
If you think this is a scene from a blockbuster movie, you'll be totally incorrect. You'll also be totally wrong if you think it's a military combat zone in a thick tropical jungle, because this is a recreational sport called a paintball game, and it was put together by two young computer science graduates. On this episode, Talk TV journeyed to Agodi Gardens in the heart of Ibadan metropolis to engage with these young men so as to uncover the principles, ideas and strategies that help them to produce a multi-million naira income generating business from a simple recreational activity. Welcome, Abiodun Ashim and Maiwa Lawal, co-owner Magnus Recreation and Events Limited. Now, you have been able to build a business idea around a recreational activity called the paintball game. How would you explain the paintball game to a new inductee, for instance?
A paintball game is an adrenaline pump action kind of game,
Okay.
whereby you get to set up a team.
Okay.
There can be a team of 5, there can be a team of 7, but it has to be a side whereby we have a team A and we have a team B.
Okay.
And the purpose of having the team is they are facing each other to play a particular type of game, because in paintballing we have different type of games. We have capture the flag, we have kill the president, we have team deathmatch, which is the elimination game. So it depends on what the team wants to play.
Okay.
And when you're playing a paintball game, there are 2 referees mostly to refer the game so that there won't be cheating when the game is going on. And one thing about paintballing is when you come in to play paintball, you get to feel the action impact, whereby when we watch movies, like most of us when we were young, there's this game we used to play, we call it dodging fire. And that's exactly what paintball is all about. So all the styles, all the skills that you think you have in your head, okay, I can jump this, I can do that, you get to express it on the paintball arena. And the arena has a whole lot of barricades. We have
So there are different things that can be happening.
Is there room for substitution like we have in football? You say it could be 5 on either side or 7 on either side.
Actually, the game it can be flexible. We can be flexible with the type of game we're playing, but most of the time there's usually no room for substitution.
Okay.
But if the group wants that, sure they can.
I'm interested in one point you made about adrenaline.
Yes, about the adrenaline, it's just like a football game.
Yeah.
By the time you run the whole pitch, your heart will be beating fast, and you feel like wow. Do you get? But one thing about paintballing, in a small space of time, by the time you jump, bend, you would figure out that what you're doing.
Sometimes you are crawling.
Exactly, and
sometimes you are crawling on your belly.
You figure out that what you're doing in 5 minutes in paintball is what you're doing like 40 minutes when you're playing football.
Now let's go on and look at this business as it is. I know that you've been able to figure out a way that you can replicate the success that you have here now at another center, and you've been able to create another center that you plan to launch in the coming weeks.
Yes.
Besides that, if one wants to scale up in this paintball business, what are the other ancillary services that one could bring in to complement the paintball business?
You can have a mini bar.
A mini bar.
Yeah.
So that those will come to play.
People follow people to play.
True.
Where they will be viewing people playing.
True.
So when you're sitting, you relax, you get drinks, and there are other games too. There are pool games, there's snooker board, there's table tennis, there's a board game, there's drafts, there's these what's it called, Ayolokwan. So all those kind of things, you can infuse them and they will really work well at the paintball arena.
Wow. What other source of revenue? You also touched on corporate organizations.
Exactly.
How do corporate organizations, how do they derive your services?
Team bonding, to be specific.
Okay.
Most of them like the fact that, you know, team bonding creates an avenue for staffs to be able to communicate, because if you are playing a paintball game as a team, you must communicate, you must strategize, you must plan.
Okay.
Because if there is no plan, you can't face the opponent. If the opponent have a plan and you don't have a plan, automatically you guys are weak, because their plan can send you out of the game.
So besides you trying to be fit and having fun and also having this jungle experience, this combat experience, you're also bringing in, you know, mental training and social capacity training, team building.
Yes.
Exactly.
So it's a multiple skill that you are generating, multiple value that you are deriving from the pinball game.
Yes.
And corporate organizations are leveraging on this. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's what they do.
And are you getting patronage from them?
Yes,
frequently?
we do get a lot of patronage.
How does that work? You go to their business premises or they come over to your center?
Most of the time they find our work on social media, so
Okay.
they send a representative to come contact us through social media, or they come to our arena
Okay.
to see what we can offer. So we talk about how we can work together.
And that's been fetching you some good money income, I must
Like
say.
some companies, they try to do advert with their product.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you stumble on the idea? Is this your first business
No,
No, this is not our.
for the two of you?
No.
we've been together way long. Like, we've been doing.
I gathered from the grapevine that you guys are cousins.
Yes.
Yes.
So we've been doing a whole lot of business right from time. We started from having a modeling agency. We went into event planning. From event planning straight
Magazine
into
production.
magazine production. From magazine production, organize shows, tours. All these things we still do underneath. Like myself now. At some point last year, I started a printing press.
Yeah.
And I still do the printing too.
So you still do this on the side?
Exactly, and is into computer website development. And so
In fact, I was going to come to all of that. You know, you guys are computer science graduates.
yes,
And today, okay, I'm just being told now that Maiwa still practices
Yes, I do.
bits of coding and programming and what have you.
Yeah.
But majorly, you are into entrepreneurship in other areas. Lifestyle entrepreneurs, that's what I'll call you guys. And you're doing it so fantastically well. But all of these other ventures you have talked about, it couldn't have been after you left school that you did all this.
no, we've been doing this right. I started way back since my under-level days.
Wow, since 100 level days,
Yes.
you've been into this lifestyle entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
Fantastic. And you mentioned tours.
Yeah, we've organized at least 4 successful tours
For who?
for students.
Your colleagues, and they were paying.
Definitely.
I want you to take us through the process of what you had to do, the tasks that you had to execute from conception to execution.
Okay.
You guys have told me now that the first thing you guys did was to go online
Research.
and begin to research about paintball game
Yeah.
and look at the impediments, the challenges, and anything that could be an hindrance and the solutions to them.
Yes.
After that, what next?
With the let's talk about the games.
How long did this take, this research, initial research? I know
Actually,
that research
the research.
I know
didn't
research
stop.
is continuous, it never stops.
Actually, it didn't.
Up till now,
till
you're
now, I
still-
still research on different
Exactly, I
things.
expect that.
On
But
different
the
things about
initial
the pinball.
research that gave you the confidence that we're ready for the next
Yes,
stage of
just
this.
the beginner
How
research.
many?
Actually, I would say it took me about a week to be sure of what we really needed to
have in
kickstart
place, okay.
the place, and I found out most of the things we would need are not in Nigeria.
Okay.
So I had to search for places where you can, like, reliable sources of or where you can get those equipment.
Okay.
And then the next
Also
thing was,
online.
Yes,
Yes.
online. And the next thing was location. We started deliberating about where
Location.
to put it in Ibadan.
Did you set up a team of people to brainstorm on this location idea, or just the two of
It
you?
was just the two of us. Actually, we argued a lot.
We used to argue. Then
We
again,
argued a lot.
my girlfriend came in. So me, him, and my girlfriend. So when we started talking
Who is
about
now your wife?
who is now my wife? Yes. So
Your wife, who was your
Your
girlfriend?
wife.
at
who
the
was my
time?
girlfriend at the time? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, we started it together. Then later, I talked about it with her, and she was like, yeah, this thing is nice, because the
we
second time we went for paintballing in Lagos, she followed us.
Okay.
And she really played nice.
And she had the experience.
Exactly.
too.
So she was like, she's interested in this thing. Okay, let's pull it. Let's do this. So she was more of a ginger to us as well. So that was how we all started.
But you argue a lot.
We fight,
And-
not argue.
Exactly.
We fight a lot about this thing before we could
So when you come up with ideas, you don't no hard feelings.
No.
When you're arguing and you're fighting.
no hard feelings.
And your parents are used to it, I want to assume.
Trust me, the way we argue, sometimes we argue in the middle of the night and they get to call us that you guys are making noise, because we stay in different flats. You understand? So
Your parents will call you that. Okay, they will not say stop arguing. They will just say keep your voice low.
At some point,
they'll
they
be
don't
like,
pick their calls.
is a match going on? We're like, no.
they actually think we're watching a football match.
Maya, that answers a lot of questions. So you guys are already on your second arena.
Yeah,
Yes.
due to be launched by next month.
Really?
Yes.
So you are not even content with what you have now. You're already setting up a second one.
That was because we can't.
Is it the one
we
the
couldn't,
person-
we couldn't
Ibadan is
service.
so large.
We couldn't service everybody. Ibadan is so large. We have people complain that where our location is far from where they are.
You have one in Agodi Gardens now.
Exactly.
Where's the second one coming
Liberty
up?
Stadium.
You've divided Ibadan into two.
There are two extreme ends.
Yeah,
it
I
works
know.
better for us.
I know, because who taught you all these marketing principles about location? Because, the elites in Ibadan are concentrated around
Bodija
Agodi,
axis.
Bodija axis.
Exactly.
Then the student population of UI, Polytechnic, among others in this axis. And then on the other side, there are about 5 or 4 tertiary institutions on the other side, around Ring Road. The elites are also concentrated around Ring Road. And here you are, planting something for the elites around and the middle class around Liberty Stadium, which is also another place that has a high volume of traffic.
Yes, and what we are planning to set up at Liberty Stadium is much more than paintballing. Like
No, you can boast. And if you market here, I'm going to send you an invoice.
no, I'm not actually saying what we're doing, but we are going to surprise everybody.
But you've got this can-do attitude. Where did you get it from?
The
It's
bond
not
thing.
very common. It's much more common with our young people, with our brothers and sisters from the southeast. It's not very common with people from the southwest. I'm sorry, I do
You know,
apologize if that sounds somewhat, but Southwesterners, we tend to play safe. We tend to look for safe havens.
Yeah.
We just tend to want to look for a job and get a salary and just play it safe. Unlike our brothers from the southeast who will face these challenges headlong, and that's what you guys have done. So I'm saying, where did you get it from? Is there anybody in your lineage from that part of the country?
No.
So it was just your own way of the
Exactly.
attitude you have in your head. Now let's go to the launch. After it was launched, how did you get patrons to come into the facilities?
Online publicity.
Mainly that?
Yes.
Before we even launched,
Yeah.
we had to get some influencers on board.
Oh, social media influencers.
Exactly.
Yes.
On Twitter.
All social media.
Did you have to pay them?
Yes.
Actually, we have a brother that helped, but he had
Again,
we
you
had to-
leveraged on relationship.
Exactly.
Yes,
So
he helped, but we had to pay
a little.
a little.
Yeah, you didn't pay
Not
as
to-
much
not
as you
even
would
to
have.
him, to the other team members.
So you still leveraged on relationship.
Yes.
And part of what I'm learning from you again is that startup capital does not have to be financial alone.
Yes.
Your relationships can also be part of your startup capital.
Exactly.
When you want to set up a business.
Yes.
Social capital, some have called it social capital. Intellectual capital is another. You didn't have intellectual capital initially. Instead of you getting someone to come and train you, you didn't have the money to pay the person. Instead of you getting a consultant who already had the intellectual capital to come and execute the idea for you, you didn't have the money. So you just went out there to get intellectual capital yourself. So here again, you're leveraging on relationship. So your first marketing were conducted on digital media, in the
Exactly.
digital space.
Yes.
And to hasten it, you leveraged on existing influencers.
Exactly.
All this genius thinking, where did you get it from? You didn't study business management. You are engineers. You studied computer science.
Well, at some point when I was in my final year, I said probably I should have just studied management. Probably.
Yeah, so you got that business.
I've got the business idea
acumen.
right from time.
So you probably learned it from the street, or maybe it's genetic or something.
Would I say straight? Probably from movies.
From movies.
Yes.
Wow. Besides digital marketing, and I like the idea that you used influencers. A lot of people don't recognize that. Many of our people tend to just bust onto social media and start advertising by themselves. And I do tell them that, look, yes, you can do this by yourself, but you're limited. But you can pull votes your way to success by looking for existing giants and just stand on their shoulders.
Exactly.
And voila, you're standing tall. And I like the fact that you guys were not shy to come out and say, look, let's go and look for some giants in the digital media space and leverage on their existing platforms. Besides that, what other things did you do? Or that was just sufficient for you?
We had to think of our targets, like the market.
The target market.
So we knew it would be mostly students or youth working already. So, and if we feel all these people are glued to their phones, and
Yeah.
they're
constantly online.
They're either
On
using
Twitter
Facebook or Twitter,
or
at least they
Instagram.
are on one of them using it constantly.
They are constantly online.
So we don't really have to walk up to people and start sharing flyers.
Actually, we had flyers, but the flyer didn't actually do anything. Out of like 1,000 flyers that we printed, probably we used probably 100 or something.
And how many physical locations can you even visit to distribute
Exactly. We just got some few coppers then, because I happened to know few coppers at the time. So we just gave them the flyers to give to other core members, and that actually worked a bit too, though. And again, we try to look into the fact any coppers that do come around with your copper uniform, we subsidize the price for
really?
them for them. Yes.
Really?
Once you're a copper, you're paying half the price.
Wow. And that helped to
Exactly.
bring the word of mouth around.
Exactly.
And do you check the ID cards? Because I could come in as a copper. Don't doubt
Mostly
that.
what we do is
They
on
come on
Thursdays
Thursday.
when they are done with their CDS. So they
Yes.
come with their uniforms.
You guys need to tell me. You must be Jews. You must be Jews. So you strategically positioned your business to leverage on the CD day,
Yeah, exactly.
because that's when coppers will congregate. And then
their CDS ends by 12.
Yeah.
They don't have anything they're
and
doing.
they can't go to their
They don't want to
PPA.
go home. Exactly.
They
don't
won't go
to PPA.
home
So
naturally, and they
come
won't go
down
to
to
their
Agodi Garden to
PPA.
just have fun.
And you guys will just go there and say, hey, you know what? Come have fun here for half the price.
Half the price, yes.
And every human being loves freebies.
Sure.
Yes.
You know, when you know that if you're selling something for 3,000 naira and you just put 2,900 naira on your own, some people will drive, they will take 500 naira transport just to come and buy from you because of the 100 naira change you will give them.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you guys have been able to figure out how to leverage on existing youth congregation where youthful people congregate, like the NYC community development area.
Yeah, exactly.
You just go there on Thursday and you divert
We
their
divert
traffic
their
down
traffic
to.
down to us.
What other things did you have to do to bring patrons to the facility?
We actually went to some schools
Okay.
at the beginning, tried to talk to a few people, to talk
Okay.
to their friends. So at some point we came up with the idea of, okay, a team of 10, come, we'll give you a discount.
Wow. So that's your own way of bringing more people.
Exactly. And at a point, I met with a girl that's an influencer inside UI. So I told her, okay, you know what? Get me other influencers. I'll print a ticket to give to you guys. Sell your ticket, collect the money. You take a percentage of the money. Just give them the ticket. Let them come with the ticket to the arena. So they will play. So as many tickets I received, there is a name of each influencer on the ticket.
Wow.
So I know who is selling the ticket. So at the end of the day, I know who to ask for the money of the people that come to play. But before you give me the money, you have taken off your own percentage.
Yeah.
So it's a win for them.
So
too.
you hired sales reps
Exactly.
without paying them salaries.
Without paying them salary. So what
But
they get
it's a
is
win-win
commission.
because they make their own commission.
Exactly.
It's a earn as you work kind of thing.
Yes.
Fantastic. That's quite creative and ingenious, I must add.
Coming up.
So despite charging that low, you're still able to break even and make profit.
Yes.
Yes. What actually
Discount.
is helping us is the fact that we service at least ×3 or ×2 of what other arenas are servicing.
What else did you have to do? Because I'm always more interested in the marketing side of business.
No,
because business is about selling.
Social media was what actually helped us.
Social media
Oh,
is
is
what
that just
helps
all you're willing to share?
paintball, like this paintball game, is what helps.
You know,
Okay.
most of the time we get calls from Ife. People telling us, we
They
are
saw
coming, we are
this-
coming.
They saw this online. They saw that online.
We saw this online. Can we come over? Okay, you guys will come. Most times we have okay. There was a time a lady came in with her friend, and they were like, they came all the way from Oshobo.
Oh, you're talking about Shogo. We've been called from South Africa.
We've been
From
called from
South
South
Africa.
Africa, yes.
Yeah.
And we are still on the deal present.
But there are paintballs in South Africa.
They want to service their customers in Nigeria.
Oh.
So
Like
they saw
want
our
to give
arena.
back to them. So
They saw our arena and they were interested in the arena. They saw other arenas.
They
too.
saw it online.
They saw it online. So now we are in business, but we've not yet signed the deal. But by the time we sign the deal, I think we'll be servicing about 400 players.
the business is verified even on Google because
Yeah.
Google had to
Yeah,
verify
we are
us.
verified on Google.
So whenever you Google the name paintball, I think you always see Magnus Paintball as long as you're
Wow.
googling inside Nigeria.
Wow. And, you know, because you're Google certified, it helps in a great way in projecting goodwill and credibility for your brand.
Exactly. We
When
have people that
that's-
go on Google that gives us credits, 5 stars, 4 like, comments, a whole lot.
Comments and
So even
ratings.
on Google, say wherever
it's
you are,
easier
just
for them
tap
to
into the
navigate.
direction. It will navigate you down to where we
Down
are.
with Google Map.
Exactly.
Wow. So you leveraged on digital space, you leveraged on digital technology. I mean, Google Maps, you know, you knew what to do to get Google's attention.
Exactly.
And you knew what to do to get Google's good recommendation. I mean, on the media, on the digital media space,
Yeah.
to the point that you had search engine optimization and what have you. And you're leveraging on that to get customers from places as far as South Africa, which is way, way outside your
The
geographical
funny thing is
space.
we have customers that do come from Lagos to play.
Despite the fact that they have,
They have 4
paintball.
arenas in Lagos. As in, I'm talking of
And-
group of people.
and,
You know,
and
is the feedback we get from people when they play at our arena. They'll be like, they don't.
We
they
know
don't
many
like the
people that play in
Lagos
arena, they'll
that
say
is more artificial,
artificial.
unlike
Okay.
ours, because ours you call it woods ball.
woods ball,
Yeah.
because of the jungle experience.
Yeah,
that
exactly,
is
the wood.
the feel of the
there's
wood.
there's a tower you get to climb, you get to jump down, you get to do a whole lot. So
I do agree with you that could be a competitive edge. The fact that you created that wood feeling, that jungle experience. I've been there. I've seen what happens there, and you can't get it better. I mean, that's what a jungle is like. You've got trees all around you, and you've got the shrubs of the trees way up there. You know, I like the way you have highlighted all of these ingenious ways by which you drive traffic and patrons to your facility. One other thing that you have touched upon, which I want you to extrapolate more on, is the fact that you have been able to figure out a way to use price as a marketing tool. You looked at the existing facility in Lagos and what they're charging, and you went the other way. That's what, you know, one telecom service provider came when he appeared on the scene. There were already 3 existing telecom services, and he just went and came with the lowest price.
lowest price.
You know, and that forced everybody, you know. So you're using pricing now.
Yeah.
And
We're using pricing, and the reason why pricing works for us is because we tend to boycott the numbers of things that we service. Other arenas are servicing, apart from the fact that they're servicing paint, they are servicing a compressed air as well. So, but we have been able to, with our research, the only thing we service at the moment is just the paint.
How
We
did you do
generate
that?
our own hair.
So you've been able to figure out a way to cut down on your costs.
Exactly.
Yeah, more
We
research.
cut down costs. with a whole lot of research that we've done. So cutting down our costs allows us to survive the level at which we brought down our price.
Somebody told me, a Japanese friend of mine told me that the secret of business success is make sure you keep your resources in as much as possible. What goes out of your business, of your revenue, what goes out, make sure you keep it as low as possible.
Yes.
Of course, without injuring the brand essence or the brand offering, but keep it as low as possible and let your revenues keep soaring. So you guys have been able to figure out a way by which you can keep your overhead low, and that way you have a competitive edge over your other competitors.
Exactly.
Oh, fantastic. So despite charging that low, you're still able to break even and make profit.
Yes.
And I like the fact that you
What
discount.
actually is helping us is the fact that we service at least times 3 or times 2 of what other arenas are servicing.
Yeah. Most of the other arenas, they work mostly Saturdays, Sundays.
Why is that so?
I really don't know why
don't
they
Or you work Monday to Sunday?
every
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
So we service more people. So what they get
So you're enjoying volume of scale.
exactly. So the thing, how it's a bit balanced is the fact that what they generate between Saturdays and Sundays, it's huge.
Yeah.
Looking at the price, but we can also generate that between Monday to Sunday.
Yeah.
So what they generate in 2 days, we generate it in 1 week.
Okay.
And by reducing our price, we get more customers. So as much as we're getting more customers, it's working for us, it's working for them. So it's a win-win situation for us. Because if our price is as high as their price, this is Ibadan. There's Ibadan factor in everything that we do. With Ibadan factor, it's going to affect our price.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses, the amount they charge in Lagos is different from the amount they charge in Ibadan.
True.
But for us to break even, we have to work extra.
Extra.
So that is what we're doing.
And I like the fact
So
that
it's
you
based
also
it's based on turnover.
turnover and volume of scale.
Exactly.
And I like the fact that you discount, to bring more patrons. I mean, it's a winner when you say get 9 more people so that you become 10, and then I can cut the price for you.
Yeah.
And
We had to create a night game.
so what that person does not know is that you have converted him or her into a sales rep for your
Exactly.
business. Because I want my price discounted, I'm forced to go and look for 9 other people and bring all of them to the arena. So I've been paid commission indirectly
Yes.
because of the discount that comes for all of us at the end of the day. But I've also been able to go out and canvas for patrons, for customers, in places where you would not physically be able to go to do a real...
One of the things we do to get more customers is the fact that we created a night game.
A what?
A night
Night
game.
game.
We call it
Night.
night of free every Thursday, and we slash down the price as well.
Night game.
Yes, and trust me, many people prefer the night gaming to the daylight.
Because it's a different experience.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because the whole place is light up.
Yes. It's
Where
like-
everywhere is kind of dark. Some
yeah,
places are
the
dark.
surroundings.
The surroundings are dark. The arena is light up, but not every part, not every nooks and crannies of the arena is light up. So you have to maneuver your way to, So the feeling is different.
Wow. So what you have done is the facilities would have been lying idle anyway during the night time,
Exactly.
and by slashing the price and by branding it, because you have branded that Thursday night experience.
Night of
Exactly.
Fury.
Night
Night of Fury, by branding it and slashing the price, you bring people more. And at any rate, whether you are there or not, the facility is there.
Exactly.
So you are still generating some form of income on the side.
Yes.
So you're squeezing revenue.
We're looking every chance we get to create to bring in revenue is what we get to do.
Fantastic. Now, I'd like to know how you guys, leverage on the equipments that you have. You have already said that through research, you've been able to figure out a way by which you can generate your own pressure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
among other things. So you've improvised where necessary. You bought equipment to bypass expenses where necessary. These equipments do break down, don't they?
Yes,
Who repairs them for you?
we do.
We do all maintenance ourselves.
You're going to blow my fuse now. Because those are avenues by which money goes out of businesses anyway. Maintenance cost.
Yes.
And I was already waiting for you to say, oh, we're bleeding in that area. How did you learn how to repair it?
There's YouTube video.
We research.
YouTube videos.
Yes.
Still research.
Still about research. He does most of the work when it comes to repair. But if sometimes the stuffs they break down that it's beyond repair. We replace.
You need a not the old thing, like a spare part. Replacement.
You place an order for the spare parts.
Yes,
Spare parts.
and when we are replacing, we do it ourselves too. Yeah, we have many of the gears that break down, and we repair them ourselves.
And the pellets, I also gather that the pellets, don't they get scarce sometimes?
Sometimes they do.
Since we don't
they
produce
are
them
actually
here.
scarce, but I think.
How do you get around that?
What I would say is when we started, the game is just the pellets is being sold by 1 or 2 people, but now we have more people that have ventured into it.
So the challenge of scarcity is being eroded now.
No, not fully.
Not fully, but it's not as big a challenge as it was previously.
As it was when we started. Yeah, exactly. That's just the difference.
Okay. And talking about playing the game, what are the challenges? I mean, running the business itself, what are the challenges that you have faced?
Coming up.
So we just finished setting up an arena for someone in Abeokuta.
You that couldn't afford a consultant earlier, you are now consulting for people.
Yes, I still received a call last week about someone trying to set up in Akure.
We have a lot of people on the list.
People not listening when the game is going on.
How do you mean?
There are certain rules that must be given to every player before the game starts.
Yeah.
And the paramount of all the rules is not removing your headgear during the game. But some people will still go ahead removing it. And as small as the pellet is, it can injure. And that is why there's a need for head marks. So we've been in situations whereby some people remove it while they're playing and it gets to hit a vital part of their face, and we had to stop the game, try to rush them. There was a particular lady that her friend shot her nose and she had a broken nose.
Wow.
But we were able
because she didn't protect herself.
Exactly, but we were able to contain what happened. So those are the major challenges.
Okay.
So
people not listening.
Trust me.
Because they're all adults.
The rebellious part of the man
exactly.
nature.
So they are not easy to control. When you tell them, they tell you, we are not kids now. No, we know, but then it is for your own good. So most of the time before we start the game, we put it to them that if you don't use this thing, you go blind.
Then or we evict you from the game permanently.
Okay, so
in a way, we've been able to create a bit of fear in them. So to an extent, they are abiding by
that. Well, I want to take you guys up on the area of staff HR issues, because you don't stay in the business 24/7 because you have other businesses that you run. Yes. Aside that, and the average entrepreneur I've engaged with tells me that the number one problem they have is staffing issues. Is that a challenge for you guys as well?
Well, actually,
your personnel.
When we started the business, we had to manage the place ourselves for about almost 2 months.
Since you didn't have extra funds to hire.
Yes.
I wouldn't say it was because of that. We actually need to understand it very well, like how to go about it, because whoever we're hiring, we should be able to explain your role.
So you wanted to have the hands-on experience.
So we had to practice ourselves.
Trust me, we wake up
to know everything, how to do everything.
We get to the arena as early as 8 and we leave as late as 9.
So when we were sure,
complete 2 months, Monday to Sunday.
So you were spending 13 hours on the average at the venue.
Yes.
Just
standing.
Just to get standing throughout, just to understand every facet of the operation, every aspect of the business, and every experience that the operation could bring.
You are not a boss when you're not a leader. If you're a boss, sometimes there will be some challenges and you won't know how to handle
True.
them. But when
And
you're
that
a
way-
leader, it means you've been through it. You know what. Many times we won't be there and we get a call.
When they
This
call,
thing
so
is
we
happening.
know what is happening.
We tell them, do this, do
because
that.
we've done it ourselves.
So our stars, when they are messing up, we let them understand that this thing you're doing, we've been there, we've done it. You guys didn't do half of the stress that we went through. Because when we started, God, we service from morning till night,
Because
every day.
it was still fresh.
It was still fresh.
So for you, cognitive knowledge about a business is not enough. Experiential knowledge is also important.
Experience is the key.
And when you have experiential knowledge, your personnel, they won't really be able to carry shoulders.
That's just the point.
Anyhow.
Because we tell them, if you don't do it, most of the time when we have too many players,
You get into
we
the-
get into the
Yeah.
game, we ref, we do it all. So it's not like we are putting them to it that, okay, just do it, and we sit down and start looking. No.
So that has helped you to at least be able to manage your personnel well and not
Exactly.
have the average, problem that the average entrepreneur experiences from employees, which is tardiness, poor work ethics,
Exactly.
slothfulness and all those things. So that's how you've been able to deal with it. And I reckon that you would also, with all this experiential knowledge, you will also be thinking in terms of consultancy as a revenue stream. Or you're already doing that.
We're already doing that.
we're doing that
Because
already.
we just finished setting up
We
an
just-
arena for someone in Abeokuta.
Just
So
few
you
weeks ago.
that couldn't afford a consultant earlier,
Yeah.
you are
Big
now
consultant.
consulting for people.
Yes,
Yeah.
I still received a call last week about someone trying to
We have
set
we
up in
have,
Akure.
we have a lot of people on the list.
Someone wants to set up in Akure, another person wants to set up in Ilorin,
Benin.
and Benin as well.
Benin,
So
and they want you to come and consult for them.
they even want us to come, lodge us, pay our consultancy fee. Many of them even, okay, like the one in Ilorin now said he wants us to at least stay like 2 weeks. I was like, are you going to pay me? If I'm staying for 2
He
weeks.
wants you to set it up and run
Exactly, run it
Yeah.
for 2 weeks.
it. And I bet you will want to pay.
Definitely, if you
So,
can pay,
so
why
what
not?
that tells me is that the average person doesn't really want to subject themselves to the rigors of research and the pain of experimenting at a cost.
When you're experimenting, you lose a lot.
At a cost, yeah.
We did.
Yeah, and what you lost there now, you're now recouping by way of consulting.
Exactly. So they don't want to go through that stress.
Wow. Now let's go on and look at this business as it is. I know that you've been able to figure out a way that you can replicate the success that you have here now at another center, and you've been able to create another center that you plan to launch
Yes.
in the coming weeks.
Yes.
Besides that, if one wants to scale up in this paintball business, what are the other ancillary services that one could bring in to complement the paintball
You can
business?
have a mini bar.
A mini bar,
Yeah.
so that those will come to play.
People follow people to play.
True,
Where they will be viewing people playing.
true.
So when you're sitting, you relax, you get drinks, and there are other games too. There are pool games, there's snooker board, there's table tennis, there's a board game, there's drafts, there's these what they call Ayo Lokman. So all those kind of things, you can infuse them and they will really work well at the paintball arena.
Wow, I think
And even if everyone can get inside the arena to play the game,
Yeah.
you can always have a shooting range.
Exactly.
A paintball shooting range just for
We
kids
have that.
or girls.
you have a
that-
shooting range
Yeah, we
now,
have a shooting
where
range.
people can do target practice.
Yeah, so that's for everybody. Like
I'm
if you
already
know you have a
itching
phobia
to-
for being inside the arena,
Uh-huh.
going through the whole adrenaline, pump.
Maybe like some 60, 70-year-old man who doesn't want to crawl around
Yeah,
the woods,
so
Yeah.
you can
but
just
still wants to
your
have
time.
the experience.
You can always do a paintball.
So that's just
a
another thing
a
where you
range.
can make money. In fact, you make more money
We make more money with the
through
range
with the range.
Than the arena.
than the arena. Yes.
Coming up.
What other add-ons are we likely to find?
We're working on so many things, trust me. But do we want to say that today?
So how do you get people to pay to use the shooting range? I can understand the arena there's a place you enter through. But the shooting range, if I can lay my hand on your marker, I can just go to the range and shoot.
Actually, all the equipment, all the gadgets, we have a store for it.
Okay.
So you don't find them laying around.
Oh,
the,
no. So to obtain the gadgets, I have to pay.
You have to.
How do I pay?
There's a sales rep there, so you tell them what you want. If you're coming for the arena game or the.
Do I pay to
shooting
rent
range,
the marker, or I pay for the bullets?
You pay for the bullet though.
Only the bullets.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the marker will be given to you,
Okay.
and they'll train you how to do it.
Actually, other arenas collect money for services of the marker, for using the marker.
You
But
rent the marker.
Yes, but all we do is just pay for the bullet.
Marker is free.
Marker is free.
In quotes.
Exactly. And also we have a hatchery by the side.
Oh, archery.
Yes.
Like bow and arrow.
Exactly, bow and arrow for kids. Adults
And
play it
adults.
too though, but mainly we are trying to focus on kids. You know, the sports in Nigeria, there are a lot of sports that we don't put into place.
Yeah.
And most of the sports are meant to practicing is meant to start from when you were kids. Because we watch a lot of videos whereby we see kids playing the archery game. So what we're trying to do is, if your kids can play the paintball, they should be able to do the archery.
Yeah.
So we have the one for adults, we have the one for the kids.
Wow. So you just keep expanding the revenue stream, you know. So what other add-ons are we likely to find in the coming months or thereabouts? You've said there could be a bar, there could be other games.
We're working on so many things, trust me. But
Let's have them.
do we want to say that to the camera?
Okay, you want to hide your strategic plan. I can understand.
Not really, but
It's just something not common again.
So the others
that
don't steal it.
we are
it's
trying
something
to-
uncommon. What if I tell you there's ice skating can come into Nigeria, even though
We don't have snow in Nigeria.
exactly. There's what they
So
call
it-
synthetic ice.
You build your synthetic ice. I know about synthetic ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Those are part of the thing.
And you know, skateboarding is becoming very popular now. You see a lot of guys on the streets just going on roller skates and what have you. You see them on the streets of Ibadan.
I actually
now.
got interested in
And around
skating
Bodija.
because while I was in university, I used to skate.
Okay.
So I developed interest in skating. Then he came up with the old idea of the old ice skating. So he already did his research on that. So if we say we want to roll out on ice skating tomorrow, trust me, we know everything, all the things we need to do.
That you need to
Exactly.
get it rolling.
There are different types.
Types
to
of
it.
Different
types.
to it, naturally. And you understand the nitty-gritty of all of them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's not the only thing. There's one that is in Lagos at the moment, but yet it's not here in Ibadan, which is we have go-karts.
Go-karts.
Go-kart is in Lagos, is in Abuja, but
How does it work?
go-kart is the F1 race. But that is a whole lot expensive to set up.
To construct
Exactly.
the arena.
But there's a cheaper one too that we're looking into, quad bikes.
Sorry?
Quad bikes.
How does that work?
Quad bikes is the, quad bikes, the 4 tires bike.
Yeah.
They
So
use
that
them
one,
most on the beach most of the
Don't you, exactly.
so we
Don't you
don't,
need to create?
no, we don't need an asphalt. All we need is a playing ground where we get to create our tracks. They are off-road, so it doesn't need the space is not necessarily need to be tied. Once it is cleared,
In fact, the more the terrain, the more
That's
rugged the
exactly-
terrain,
That's
That-
exactly what we want.
that's all one.
you can
So
get stuck in the mud, in the sand. The more rugged,
Exactly,
the better
exactly.
the adrenaline rush.
That you only need you require a lot of space.
So those are some of the things that we should expect from you
Expect
guys.
soon.
You know, coming soon.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Now, I want to touch on some of the other things that has been bugging my mind. You guys would agree with me that you've been this successful because you tend to complement each other. I don't find us Africans recognizing the power of synergy, partnership. Many times you see somebody wants to do it all alone. You find a guy who loves interior decoration and he keeps toiling day and night trying to succeed at the job. He wants to be the one that will handle the projects, the painting, the furniture, the soft furnishing. Whereas in other places, what they do is to build consortium. You know, everybody brings their expertise and
Yeah, you have
they
to
have a company.
you have to have a focus. Okay, this is what we're doing. You focus on this. You focus on this. When it comes to research and all, you focus more on it.
We have
Our different strengths. Okay, when it comes to pulling out people, trying to get people to come over to play, trying to come up with funds and all, I have my strength. When it comes to there's a need for us to repair this, there's a need for us to make a research on this, there's a need for us to he has his own strengths. So our strengths complement each other.
Like the Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniaks, when they
Exactly.
came together to build the Apple brand.
So that's just the way it works.
Wozniak was more of the technical, sit down, while Jobs is the air, moving around kind of thing. So you've been able to figure out a way to leverage on the peculiar strengths of each person, and that brings the power of synergy, which is working for you now. Couldn't have been all smooth. How have you been able to manage the friction that comes with it, the tension, the friction? Because I've asked a lot of people around this climb, why are you not in partnership with other people? And they say, the stress, betrayal, the stress of, then I have my own vision, I have a way I want to do this thing.
It is
and
true.
I can't find somebody who is thinking alike the way I am. Because partnership is like a marriage.
Yeah, it's true. But
So how have you guys been able to manage it?
loyalty.
Loyalty, how do you mean?
And we can't be selfish with. I can't be selfish with my opinion that he has to agree. We have to reason together and see. And sometimes we need to ask other people. Okay, I brought this. He said this. What do you think?
Okay.
So at least we can get.
So you look for
A third party
alternative opinion.
Exactly.
Yes,
Aside of you two.
Yeah, so because they will tell us which one they feel is better based on their own perspective. So that's how we manage.
That's how you roll.
Yeah, and so far there's trust and loyalty. Trust me. We're good.
I like that. I like.
It's not even. It's not about to fail at an attempt. If we have 2 ways to do something, if we try the first one, it might be my idea or his idea. If it fails, it's no big deal. We try the second one then.
Wow.
We don't get way down when we fail. That's just the word. We've failed. Do you get?
obviously
But
have
whenever
failed.
we get knocked
Because
down,
you said you started a magazine and you didn't like the outcome, but you were able to figure out a way by which you moved from being a magazine entrepreneur into a printing and publishing magnate. And from printing and publishing, you've come into this leisure and recreation business.
I still do the printing on the other side.
And you're still doing that printing, So when you fail, and I like the fact that you've talked about that you failed at many businesses, and that when you fail, you don't get stayed down. You are knocked down, you get back up.
Yeah,
and you
that's
say,
the spirit.
how can we turn this failure into opportunity and move forward? And
because
forge
I used to
ahead?
tell my friends that if you don't fail, you don't know new things.
If you don't fail, you don't know new things.
Exactly. It is when you fail, you know, okay, I did it this way, that is why I failed. If the opportunity or something else comes up and it's looking that way, you already know if I do it this way, I'm going to fail again. So you have to change your ways. So that's how it works. You have to fail to get some things. You get knocked down, you get back up.
Fantastic. I'm already itching to go to your shooting range. I'm already itching to go to your arena. I can't wait to go and change into something
You
to
have
go
a
there.
wonderful experience there.
Well, so you say, until I experience, I will not admit, and I want to.
Just one trial.
I'm
You turn
assuring
the
you.
arena to a Kenya land.
That's what you say.
I'm assuring you.
Well, assurances are just mere words. And
Okay, don't worry. You will be wowed.
I'll be wild.
Yeah.
I like you guys' confidence, and you can sell. I mean, you can sell snake oil skin to anyone, and that's one of the requirements of being a successful entrepreneur. You must have the ability to sell, and I like the energy, I like the aura, I like the personality that you bring to bear on the discussion around your business. And I want to say that it can only go up for you guys, and I pray that the Lord will continue to enable you and give you all of the resources that you require: mental, physical, spiritual, financial, and what have you, and social resources as well, because you need to demonstrate that also helps. Kudos to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Yes.
And on that note, I want to call it wraps on the program today. Like we say, the future is looking very bright for Magnus Recreational and Leisure. It's looking so bright that on your next birthdays, I'm going to get you guys sunshades.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Biodun Hashim,
Thank you very much.
thanks so very much for coming on the program.
My pleasure.
Mr. Mayo Lawal, I appreciate you for honoring our invitation to be on the program. I saw your business and I felt this is innovative. I studied it for a few months and I said, it's about time for us to have these guys on the show. And you've been here today, you haven't disappointed us one bit.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much for coming.